Downward facing dog. Strong exhale to move the pelvis back, move the thigh bones back, and hollow out the belly. Once you're empty, hold that bandha. Jump your feet forward. When you arrive, inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Root down, rising up, reverse your swan dive. Sweep your arms overhead, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, again, let's inhale and reach up. Get a little taller from your ankles to your fingertips, reach. Exhale, dive forward. Continue to lengthen the sides of your body out for as long as possible. From your hips to your armpits, find that space, folding in at the end of the exhale. Inhale, undulation forward, let your neck remain neutral. Plant your palms, jump back to high plank. Exhale, plug your navel in and up towards your spine. Inhale, bring your left arm and right leg off the floor for a teeter-totter pose now. Pull your fingers forward, draw your toes back. Make sure you're still breathing deeply. You're allowing yourself to teeter and totter here. Allow yourself to fall out of the pose and come back in. Take one final inhale. Exhale, left hand down. Step your right foot back behind your left leg and move into this variation on Vashistasana. Root down into the floor with your left hand. Make sure you're clawing the floor with your left fingertips so the fingers are spread out wide and the pads of your fingers are rooting down as well. If you want to go further, you can stack your legs. And if it's too much, you can bring your left knee to the floor, moving into a gate pose instead. Root down through your right foot, right, if that's the case. Take another inhale, lift the hips a bit higher. Now just swivel that right arm all the way through the shoulder and move into your downward facing dog. From here, let's bring the left hand to the outside of the right shin, wringing out your spine. If this is too much, just bring your left hand underneath your chest, claw the floor with your fingertips there, and use that leverage to twist your spine as well. If you are holding onto your right outer shin with your left hand, make sure you're not pulling or forcing. Instead, use your exhalation to activate that lower power center and let that engagement actually take you deeper into your twist. Lift up out of your right shoulder girdle. Take one final exhale here. Good, and then bring your left hand back down to the floor. Deep breath in and downward facing dog. Exhale to empty out completely. Once you are empty, jump your feet forward. Inhale, extend. And exhale, fold. Root down, rise up. Reverse your swan dive. Inhale here. And exhale, bring hands back to heart center. And we'll get to the other side now. Take an inhale and reach up. Exhale, dive. Quads are active here, abs are strong. The more you move into your forward fold, the stronger your abdominals are going to become to pull those ribs in. Inhale, extend the spine, keep the neck long. Plant your palms, jump back again to your high plank. Stay there, exhale, plug in to your inner strength. Inhale, bring your right arm and left leg off the floor for Vashistasana. I'm sorry, not Vashistasana yet, for Teeter-Totter Pose. And again, let yourself, everybody moves for this one. It's why we call it teeter-totter. So instead of trying to hold this rigidly, think of lengthening more, enlivening your arm and your left leg, shooting energy through those limbs as though they originate from your center. One more inhale here. Exhale, right hand down. Step your left foot back behind you for Vashistasana. Left arm over left ear. Keep the left foot behind your right leg or stack the left leg on top of the right. Or feel free to bring your right knee to the ground at any time. We're creating an archway here with the right side of the body. Lifting up out of the right shoulder with the internal and external obliques on the right side. So activate that right side and arch even more. One final inhale here. Good, swivel the left arm all the way through the shoulder. Bring it back to a downward facing dog. And from there, right hand to outside of left shin for twisting down dog. Or left hand underneath your chest, and then take your right hand rather underneath your chest and then take your twist. Remember that we're not twisting from the shoulder. We're not twisting from our wrist. We're not compromising our ankles either. That's another place where we might want to try and twist from. Instead, twist from your center. Wringing out your spine. Using your right hand just as a way to hold you in the place that your core is getting you to, right? So let your core initiate the movement and let the strength of your arms keep you in that place. Take one more exhale, lift way up out of that left shoulder. Push down more with the left hand. One more strong engagement to wring out. Bring your right hand back down to the floor. Inhale here in down dog. Exhale to empty out completely. Once you're empty, jump your feet forward or walk forward. Inhale, extend. And exhale, fold. Good, moving on now to B series. Bending your knees, weight into your heels, rise up for Utkatasana. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, slow extension. Plant your palms, jump back. Exhale now to Chaturanga or your tricep push-up. Inhale, up dog. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. This time, exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, right leg back up into that three-legged down dog. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. One more time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. Step your right foot through your hands. Press your back heel flat. And then windmill your arms up into a warrior two. Good. In warrior two, you can turn your head to look over your right fingertips. Spread the fingers out. Plant your sit bones into the earth so that one hip isn't lifted higher than the other, right? We want both sit bones rooting down. At the same time, we want the rib cage, the entire rib cage to rise. So that you're actually, with every inhale you're making sure that there's still all of that space there through the lower belly, lower back area. Take another deep inhale here in warrior two. Good, exhale to reverse warrior. Bring your right arm up over your right ear and slide your left hand down to the outside of your left shin. Now you could take this left arm, wrap around and grab your right inner thigh, bend your right elbow and walk your right fingertips down in between your shoulder blades, or even take Gomukhasana arms here. Clasping, reaching up with the left hand to clasp your right fingertip. Any other variation, or you can keep it where we had it a moment ago. Point that right elbow up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, hug your left side body in. Hugging in strongly to feel the support from those left obliques. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. Exhale to extended right angle, right forearm to right thigh and left arm over left ear. Check in with your right thigh bone. It should be parallel with the floor to the best of your ability. If this is not enough for you, bring your right hand to the ground instead. Keep the chest open. That long line of energy from left ankle to left fingertips. Huge inhale here in extended right angle pose. Instead of coming out of it, we're going to twist and open more. So twist open on your exhalation. Tuck those left back ribs, your right ribs underneath your left ribs. So now go ahead and bring both hands down to the ground alongside your right foot. Keep your left heel on the ground. Straighten out your right leg so that both legs are straight here. Take an inhale to extend your spine. And even though that back heel is pressing flat to the mat, turn your pelvis, right? So you're going to dial the right sit bone back. Point the left hip bone down a bit more so that your entire chest plate is facing the ground. Activate both feet. Make sure you're not rolling into the outer ankle of your right foot. Root down to the outer edge of your left foot. Take one final inhale. Please note that your spine is extending here. Hands are on the ground. Step your right leg back to meet your left leg. Inhale in high plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, left leg rises. And exhale, bring it in. One more time, extending your breath all the way up to the pads of your left toes. Strong exhale to empty out, knitting the left ribs in towards your spine. Step your left foot through, press your back heel flat. Windmill your arms and come up to a warrior two again. Again, you can look over your left hand if you'd like. Make sure that your left thigh bone is parallel to the floor to the best of your ability. Both sit bones down, right? One isn't lifted higher than the other. Both sides of your torso are evenly and equally lengthening upward. The entire rib cage is rising, especially with each inhale. Remember that we're not letting our muscles hang from the bones, which is easy with the arm muscles right now. So activate your triceps. Hug your triceps back up to the arm bone. And maybe the pelvis can draw a little closer to the ground here. And drag your heels isometrically toward each other so you start to really feel those inner thighs engaging. Looks good. One more inhale. Exhale to reverse warrior. Right hand down to outside of right shin. Left arm reaching away from your left knee. Keep the left knee bent. Again, you can reach around with right hand, grab left inner thigh. Bend your left elbow and walk your left fingertips down your back in between the shoulder blades. Or even reach up and clasp your hands together in Gomukhasana arms here. Any variation is fine. Just keep noticing that it's really easy to sink into the pelvis here. So keep the sit bones pulling down while the ribs rise. Every single pose gives you the opportunity to inhabit this second chakra area. One final inhale into the left side. One more exhale to really hug right ribs in toward the spine. Inhale back into warrior two. Keep the left thigh bone parallel. Exhale, left forearm to left thigh and right arm over right ear. Your hips are gonna wanna lift. If you need to lift them, that's fine. But remember, intention is left thigh bone parallel, both sit bones still rooting into the earth energetically, both feet firmly pushing into the ground. Drag the heels in isometrically, activate those inner thighs even more. If you'd like to, you can bring your left hand to the ground. If that closes your chest off, please bring your forearm back up to your thigh. Longer, deeper inhale from right ankle all the way up to your right fingertips. Strong exhale to knit those left ribs in and up. Twist open a little bit more. And on your exhale, bring your right hand to the ground. Press down through the outer edge of your right foot and straighten out your left leg. Inhale to extend. And as you exhale, root down to the outer edge of your right foot, inner edge of left foot. Lengthen your spine out and decompress. So make sure that the back is as unrounded as possible. Good, one more inhale. Exhale, both hands to the ground. Step your left leg back to meet your right leg. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale back to downward facing dog. And now hold for 5 breaths in down dog. Soften your neck, your head, your shoulders. Soften your face. Part of what we're learning is how to rely on our inner strength more and our outer tension a lot less. Awesome job, you guys. Take a final exhale here. Dive just a little bit deeper into down dog. When you are ready, jump your feet or walk your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, find your extension. And exhale, fold your head back down toward your toes. Bend your knees, weight into your heels, rise up for Utkatasana. And exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, spinal extension. Plant your palms, jump back or walk back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, bring your knee to your forehead and forehead in to meet your knee. Inhale, extend right leg back up. And exhale, knee to forehead, forehead to knee. One more time, inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. Once you're empty, step your right foot through, press your back heel flat, root down and rise up for warrior one. Sweep the arms overhead. Hold here and breathe here, rooting down to the outer edge of your back foot, inner edge of right foot. Dial the hips around so that your right hip bone is dialing back, which will then feel like you get to stretch your left hamstrings. Your left quadriceps a little bit more, right up there at the hip flexor area and into the belly of that muscle. Take another inhale in warrior one. Exhale, both hands down to the ground. Transfer onto your right foot and lift your left leg up. As your crown draws down, you're reaching your right ribs towards your right thigh. If you want to go a little further, right hand comes behind right Achilles tendon, elbow behind the knee, and forearm behind your calf. Your left toes are reaching toward the ceiling here. So take another strong exhale. Pull the right ribs closer to right thigh. Empty out completely. Bring your forehead perhaps to your right shin or somewhere close. Now bend your left knee, reach around with your right hand, and you can go ahead and claw the floor with your left fingertips here. Reach around to take a hold of the top of your left foot with your right hand. I'm moving off of the camera here. Okay. And when you do so, truly extend your spine, right? We just rounded the back and now we're extending. Make sure that the knee is lifting up as high as the hip, if at all possible. And we're not pulling on our foot to get the knee to come up. We're kicking the foot into our hand to engage the hamstrings, so that as the hamstrings engage, you can feel a nice stretch on the left quadriceps. One more inhale here as you open up your chest. Exhale, release your right hand down. Step your left foot all the way back to meet your right. Right foot steps back as well. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, knee to forehead, forehead to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring everything in. Remember that we're really finishing the exhalation, consciously emptying out. One more time, inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it in. Hollow out, empty out, plug in. Step your left foot through, press back heel flat, root down, and rise up for warrior one. Extending your spine. Grow the pelvis right up out of the spine right up out of the pelvis. Let the pelvis descend at the same time. One final inhale in warrior one. Exhale, both hands down alongside your left foot. Transfer onto your left foot. Lift your right leg up and move into your standing splits. Left hand again back behind left Achilles tendon, elbow behind knee, forearm behind your calf. Crown is drawing towards your toes. Please again soften the outer body so that there's less tension, and instead engage more internally so there's more integrity. Know that we're taking ourselves off of autopilot here as well. So when you notice that your mind wanders, notice that the breath is probably dissipated. Come back to the breath you established at the beginning of your practice. So now breathe your torso away from your left thigh, claw the floor with your right fingertips. Bend your right knee, reach around and take a hold of the inner edge of your right foot with your left hand. Kick your foot back, open your chest up. Lift that right knee up so it's basically in line with your right hip by engaging the muscles that are taking a hold of your right thigh. So that even if you let go of your foot, your leg stays where you placed it in space. right? Take one more deep inhale here. Open up the chest even more. Traction your ribs forward. Pull the ribs away from the pelvis. Exhale, both hands down. Right leg steps back. Step the left leg back to meet the right leg. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. And take 5 more breaths. Soften where you can. Lengthen out your breath. Remember at the end of every exhalation that you're hollowing out the lower belly, plugging into Uddiyana Bandha and holding empty for at least a moment. Take a final exhale here. Engage your bandhas. Jump your feet or walk your feet forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, spinal extension. And exhale, fold crown towards your toes. Bend the knees, weight into your heels, rise up for Utkatasana, sitting down even deeper than you have already. And exhale, dive forward into Uttanasana. And this time we're going to hold this standing forward fold now that you're nice and warm.